Hello, good evening, and welcome to the live Hemingway Jones Fountain Pen Show, where I talk about fountain pens, inks, journals, and journaling, and just about anything and everything, in fact, that will keep you inspired. So, I am so happy to be here tonight. So much to tell you, so much going on. Some new pens have crossed my desk. Some new goings-ons have happened. Some new directions. I've recently done a major fountain pen purge where I've given away, gosh, how many pens? So far, maybe 15, and I'm probably going to give away another 15 or so. So it's been pretty intense. So I hope you're all doing well. It's a beautiful day in Massachusetts. The time just changed. It's dark at 4:30, really dark by the time I drive home. But had a lovely Halloween. I hope you all did too. Love seeing everyone in the comments, in the chats, as you often are. Means a lot to me. So happy to see you all. Thanks for all the likes. I see the thumbs going up, which is very nice. It keeps the YouTube gods happy, which we are all here to serve, evidently. So the major point of today's video is my evolving fountain pen taste, what sort of brought on this pen purge, what's going out, what's coming in, and which pens I'm using now. I'm going to get to that very, very soon. I'm not going to wait until we're 45 minutes in before getting to the main topic. I will have you know. So should be very interesting, quick, fun show for you. And I appreciate you all spending parts of your Tuesday night with me here. This is a break from all of our stressful lives, all the things we're doing. It's a way to step back, think about fountain pens, think about journaling, think about inks, maybe in a new way, trying to give some insight, some perspectives, some different ways of thinking about these incredible writing instruments that keep us inspired, that give us a little break during our day. So I'm trying to give you a break from scrolling, from terrible news that's out. You know, every day it seems like there's another horrible news story. We all need a nice, safe space to share some time with our friends that also enjoy traditional methods of writing. You know, not the old ways aren't necessarily the worst ways. There was a song by the Squirrel Nut Zippers. I really was into the Squirrel Nut Zippers when they were out back in the 90s. I saw them several times. I liked how it was sort of this eclectic old music, sort of updated in a way, but still true to American roots music. And one of their songs said, "If it's good enough for Granddad, it's good enough for me." And I think that is true for me with a lot of things. I prefer analog things. I kind of hate the term analog because it's reactionary to digital. And to me, doing things in the real world, terrestrially, where you can touch a fountain pen and feel the grain of paper and hold an actual book in your hand, that's the default. Reality is the default. Digital ways, virtual ways, to me, stand in defiance of how things should be. I use computers. Obviously, I'm speaking to you all through one now. I think they're fantastic tools, but I need to reset. I need to touch things, beautiful things, things that I am only the custodian of. This will far outlive me. It's made it 100 years and it looks fantastic, and it will make it many hundreds of years more because it's charming and it has use. So that's what this channel's about. We have a place where we can talk. It's like a library, but we can raise our voices if we want to. So welcome all. And I ask only one thing in return, and that's to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy this kind of content, and please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. If you're very enthused about the channel and you really want to support it, there is membership as well. So consider that. Help to keep the lights on. I'd appreciate it. We have a great group of people that do the Pen Pal group behind the scenes. I'm about to get into the main topic, which is just going to roll out of some of the usual stuff I do. But I do want to mention some kind of video stuff, because I released 2 videos last week, which is rare. Probably shouldn't have, because most of us were busy with Halloween and stuff, right? I know I was. But still, I thought it was a great time to get some fun videos out. I released Cool or Not Cool 3, which featured the debut in the Cool or Not Cool forum of my amazing daughter, Imogen. And her points of view for an 8-year-old are very insightful, very mature, very spot on. She is a revelation, and every day I marvel at her, and she is a blast. And I thought she was very good. That was a fun video. Helen was great, as she always is. They are always the best part of those videos, in my opinion. I think in your opinions too. Just had a blast. Definitely caught up with a lot of pens. Not some of the ones that came in, though, that are here tonight. But still a lot of really interesting pens. So that was fun. I moved it up in the lineup because I wanted you to be able to see it quickly. So I believe you guys enjoyed it. So I'm really, really glad. I see a lot of kind comments in the chat. Hi, Debbie. Thank you. I had fun with that. So also, journals say, small company evidently, they occasionally ask me if I want a box, and I say sure, and then they let me shop, and then they send me stuff, and then I make a video, and I released it. I didn't release it as a regular video. I love their prices. Some of the stuff you see at Journal Say, you see at pen shows for many times more. So either they're buying from the same place. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know, Alibaba or somewhere. I really don't know. But why not get it from a nice small business? It does a nice job. I don't know. I certainly like dealing with them. I love the stuff on their site. I do notice it changes. So it's always something different. But those scissors are great. I love those. And I love the ink pads. I've been using them so much. That, what they call it, Colors of Morris, sort of, you know, not to infringe upon Morris & Co.'s copyright. I love that ink. Many of you in the Pen Pal group have had turquoise rhinoceroses from me. So I released that on Saturday. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing those too. So I hope you enjoyed that. But let me tell you what's coming out this week, because I am super excited. I think you're really going to like it. It was sort of a bit of inspiration one day where I thought that... Thanks, Tracy. Tracy says Journal Say's unboxing was super fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. I had a blast with that. So I had a bit of inspiration where I wondered one day, what is the cheapest fountain pen on Amazon? Not Jinhao or Mahjong, but what's the cheapest name brand fountain pen that I can find? And is it any good? So I listed a bunch of big brands, and I'll tell you some of them, because I didn't use them all, but I'll tell you some. Mont Blanc. What's the cheapest Mont Blanc fountain pen on Amazon? Cheapest Pelican, cheapest Sailor, cheapest Kaweco, cheapest Waterman, cheapest St. Dupont, cheapest whatever. I went down a whole list and I searched, and then I chose some, and then I reviewed them, and I write with them in real time and talk about them. And it led to some illumination on my part. It sort of opened a whole door that I didn't consider, and I've made subsequent videos. But this one is sort of like a challenge. And it's not meant to, this wasn't meant to promote Amazon in any way. It's the fact that Amazon's kind of wacky and unpredictable. So if you find the cheapest Kaweco, it could be anything. It could be a sport. It could be some weird model. You just don't know. It could be something that was lying around for 4 years or what have you. So I came up with these 5 pens. And then I pick which one is the best and I rank them from horrible to decent. Some of them were bad, wicked bad, wicked bad. And I was shocked at the brand that was terrible. And I also found some pens that were really interesting that I didn't know existed, including a descendant of one of my favorite pens ever. There's a descendant and it's affordable on Amazon and it made the final cut. I can't tell you what it is. It would ruin the surprise. But that's Thursday's video at noon. Thursday at noon. It's called it's called a lot of things, but I kept changing the name. Let me see what name I ended up with. I probably should have had this ready, but sometimes I change the names because one thing I noticed about me is when I post a video, and I often post them months in advance. So right now, things I'm putting up are in January. I sometimes call them something, and then right before they go live, I look at them and I like, what was I talking about? So this is what it's called. Rating the 5 best cheap fountain pens from top brands. But then the thumbnail shows Amazon, and it says top 5 budget fountain pens from Amazon challenge. So I think you're going to like it. This is different for me, but it's very cool in the sense that it gets me out of my comfort zone, which you'll see a theme with me, especially lately, where I'm pushing myself more and more out of my comfort zone. And I'm also exposing myself to sort of more interesting pens and even different perspectives to push myself to see them in a new light. I used these techniques when I was painting and when I was drawing, where I would try to combine 2 different concepts, which I thought were impossible, to sort of shock my system into creativity. Now, in this case, it's sort of crossing things like luxury pens and Amazon and seeing, which ones are any good in the lower tier. Because it's easy to just buy 5 Majan, that would be easy. It's not easy to find ones from brands we know. Okay, I'm probably talking too much about that, but you'll see it on Thursday. I hope you like it. I think you will. Do you remember Inky? I'm sure you remember Inky. The cannolis. We love these. We love Inky. Well, guess what? I picked a winner last week, and I never heard from them. And I gave 48 hours, but I gave them a week, and I never heard from them, which I'm very disappointed. I'm very sad, but it's time to pick another winner. I tried. So sorry. I won't repeat their name, but you had 2 days. I gave you a week. I did my best. So I picked another winner. Now, where is the name of the new winner? Winner for this Inky cannoli. Well, I just had it here. When your show notes are too long. Okay. Okay. I'm so sorry. Inky cannoli, great for wiping your nibs. I really wish the other person won. I wish they had checked up and watched the video to see who the winner was. I'm putting this at the front just to be sure that the person sees it. So the new winner is Marta Weller 7194. Marta Weller 7194. Marta, please get back to me. If someone knows Marta, scream at the top of your lungs, Marta, you won the Inky cannoli. Please get back to me. Email me at hemingwayjones at iCloud. We'll need your address and Inky will fulfill it. Okay. So sorry to the previous person. I tried. If you contact me though, we'll work something out, but I feel bad. I feel bad. I tried. Oh my gosh, Marta's here. We love Marta. Thank you for being here, Marta. You are the exciting winner. Everyone, please congratulate Marta. And thank you for being here. See, Marta, people really do win when they watch the Hemingway Jones Fountain Pen live show. Congratulations. I am psyched for you. So please reach out to my email. Okay? At my email. Next week, just so you know, is why Namiki is a God tier fountain pen. Yes, we take on Namiki. Why it's awesome. And I relate it to 50 million things as I do in my videos. You're going to love that too. So congrats to Marta. Let's talk stuff, shall we? Do you remember last week when I mentioned that I was using an Ackerman ink that I put in my Douai Bohème from Mont Blanc, and I said it reminded me of Du Hast mich. But I thought it was called Den Haag. Well, it is called Den Haag, so I should have trusted myself. So it's Ackerman Den Haag, and this is it. In one of my favorite ink bottles of all time. Such a cool ink bottle. Am I wrong? I don't think so. So this is the ink I've been using. I really like it. It's very wine-y, wine-like. And not like wine like, oh, I don't like this place. Wine like the stuff you drink. Okay. Now, I could show you what that looks like, but it's a bit of a mix. A lot, but I just think it's so cool. So this isn't the purest version of Den Haag, because it had a little bit of Mont Blanc burgundy red in it, but still very nice. So, very nice. Oh, this pen is so choice. I do recommend it if you have the means. The black onyx, the black and gold in kind of a new way. Black and gold can be very boring, but in this pen, there's something really exciting about it to me. I just really, really like it. And it suits your hand. It's quite large, really, for a pocket pen. I think it's pretty great. So, highly recommend it. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. This pen was, I think I spent $500 for this. Now, you can get a regular one in resin with a ruby probably for $4. You certainly can get this for $5 because I got this for $5. And this came from Peyton Street Pens. If I were you, or even if I were me, and I am me, so what I would do, if I had a choice between a modern Mont Blanc 149 and this pen from 2001 or so, I'm going with this all day long. So much more interesting. It feels better made. It feels more substantial and interesting. This feels like their typical resin. This feels like something else. Grainy. Interesting holes. Let's call it coffered, like the dome of the Pantheon. Same with the cap. Cap mirrors this in design language. The gold elevates it. It does probably make it a little gauche, but you guys know me. I'm a little inaccrochable. You know, I don't mind pushing boundaries a little bit. I can be a little vulgar in my taste, but I embrace it. And I adore this pen. I feel like it fits in with my faded aristocracy aesthetic. So I highly recommend this over a modern Mont Blanc We heard from Marta Weller. Thank you so much for doing this lovely little getaway, HJ. It's my pleasure, Marta. Please send me your contact info, and I will have Natasha from Inky send you a Inky cannoli. You've earned it. Thank you for being here. So, brilliant pen. Love it. These are the sort of pens that I have my eye on, ladies and gentlemen. I want something different. I want something interesting. If I can get this for $500, that's a pretty big bar. We're raising the bar now, right? You can get this for $500. There's a lot of other $500 pens I'm walking away from. I'm trying to buy fewer things in life as a whole. I'm trying to enter my old man phase with dignity. I am 58 years old. I probably have historically bought way too many clothes, but in that, I have them. So I often see images of things I like. I was watching a video and it showed an ad from Barber. I like Barber coats, wax cotton jackets from Barber. I have a collection. As you know, I've made videos on it for other channels. I go so far as to call myself a barber expert. And that might be a little pretentious, but if you're studying like a strange person that I have done, then you would be too. But and I don't even know what that buys me. It got me to make a video with Stridewise, Nick, who's a lovely chap. So I was very happy with that. But my point is, I see this picture and I'm like, I really love that look. Wow, look at that. It's a barber with some like bright burgundy corduroy and a really nice Scottish sweater. And I have all that. I don't need to buy that. I have that. So I am going to buy fewer things because I have things. I think I'll replace shirts because shirts you go through and you go through them quickly. And if I wear out some elbows, I'm getting patches. I'll have suede patches put on. Some of my clothes already have patches. So I think that at some point in a man's life, you don't want to change. You don't want to ever be trendy. I don't know if I've ever been trendy, maybe brief spots here and there, but I've always had the same look and it's never been stylish. No, I'll take that back. I feel like I'm stylish, to be honest. It's never been what is popularly stylish. It's my own aesthetic based in my projections of who I want to be in this world, how I see myself as this English faded aristocrat, even though I am none of those things, maybe slightly faded, but that's about it. But that's kind of my aesthetic. Like I'm out in an estate, I'm walking the grounds, and I just love the whole country look. So, and then I have my summer kind of brighter, more pastel looks. So it's similar with pens. I need to be stimulated. I really need something to get me going. And I am buying pens. I've actually bought more pens, so there's always hypocrisy in everything I say, right? In the last 2 months, I've given away... Wait, excuse me. Let's retract that from the record. In the last 2 weeks, I've given away more pens, I think, than I ever have in my life, but I've also bought more pens than I've had in a very, very long time, including the ones for the Amazon video, which might have been a little longer than 2 weeks ago, but bear with me. But also some other stuff came in, some I can't reach. And then I have Mayfair Pens is sending a pen. I'm really psyched about that. But I want to give you an idea of what I let go and why I did so. So one of the things that I let go, and I'm going to put that on pause, and I'll tell you in a moment what I let go, but I need to recognize someone. Alex, my friend Alex, how are you? Happy to share my birthday with everyone. Alex, happy birthday. Thank you. We should be buying you presents, but you were kind enough to send a $9.99 super chat to help to keep the lights on. The lights are burning bright. You can see the reflection in my glasses. Tonight, Alex, these lights in part burn for you, my friend. Happiest of birthdays. Many happy returns to you. Okay, so let me get back to what I was saying. Why and what am I getting rid of? Well, I'm going to tell you brands that I have decimated. Do you know the word decimated? I like the word decimated, but a lot of people kind of miss what it is and where it comes from. So decimated means to essentially eliminate every 10th. That's why it has deci in it, or deci. I think it's deci in Latin. Correct me if I'm wrong. It came from the Roman legions at times when there was something terrible that happened, some kind of mutiny or some sort of terrible performance. They would decimate the ranks. They would kill every 10th man. So that's decimation. Now it kind of just means to like wreck something, but it is tied to tens. So in a way, I have decimated the ranks of my pen collection, though respectively. I didn't murder them. I rehomed them. I am still rehoming them. And I'm being very strategic in who I'm sending them to. My mother's getting a bunch of them, for instance. My long-suffering mother. She deserves some pens too, believe me. She writes with her left hand with a fountain pen, and she's fine. And what she reminds me, anytime I talk on the channel and someone says, I can't write with a fountain pen with my left hand, my mother will say, you know, she doesn't talk like that. I sound like, yeah, anyway. She'll say, before 1950, we only had fountain pens. So that's my mom. That's advice from her. So you can do it too, trust me. So she's getting a bunch. But, okay, Conklin. I no longer own any Conklin fountain pens. I have nothing against Conklin. I think they're actually very pretty pens. And I think they're bargainous for their price. You get a decent nib. They're not very expensive, though, to be honest, I haven't checked their prices in a while. So maybe they went up. But they were in that $70, $80 range when I last addressed them on the channel. And the ones I had were certainly pretty. They were delightful. But Yovo nib, boring. So boring. I'm sorry. I know there's things we can swap out. I even have some interesting custom Yovo nibs that I'm hoping one day I can share with you. They're kind of a top secret project. I really would love to share them with you. I will at some point. However, Conklin, if I have these interesting pens, I have one to show you in a minute that I've been using all the time lately. I just don't see myself reaching for a Conklin ever again. So it went. Bye. Bye-bye. Another brand, you'll be shocked to hear my ranks of Esterbrook pens has been decimated. I've given away probably half of the ones I owned. Why? Because they weren't custom grinds. They were very pretty. I like owning pretty things. I do. I am beguiled by beauty, but if I don't make a video on it, if I'm not particularly inspired by it on an ongoing basis, then I need to make room for other things. So they went, and I don't miss them. The people who received them were overjoyed. And that's fantastic. I think my mom's getting one of them. Esterbrook. They're, unless you get the custom grind, there's better pens at that price range. Call me crazy, but it's true. It is true. Alex has a comment. The birthday boy. I really like my Conklin All-American, but it has some flow issues with the Omniflex. Well, that's a good reason to rehome it, I think. Rehome it. If it's not inspiring you, Alex, ask for a different pen for your birthday. Pilot Custom 823, all you need. The fountain pen that I've been using quite a bit, which I'm about to show you, it's like the Edison. In fact, let's do it. Let's do it, because this is important. I just realized something, and I need to share it all with you. All right. By the way, I found my Rickshaw Empire State Pen Show pen sleeve. Mark Dwight is the coolest guy on earth. He gave me this. He is such a lovely guy. He was there. He didn't have a table. He's just walking around. The man is a force of nature, and I am in awe of him. Awe. A-W-E. If you can't understand my weird accent. Awe. Awe. Not all. A-W-A-L-L. Rather. Okay. You all know that the Waterman Edison is probably the most magnificent fountain pen that I know. And you would be hard pressed to find one for less than $900 and probably more like 12 and above, as high as 16. Okay. But do you want an experience that's just as interesting and is a bit easier to find, though marginally easier to find? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Hemingway Jones channel would like to introduce you to one of the most extraordinary fountain pens that has ever existed. I don't give this enough credit. That stops tonight. What is this magnificent hunk of shimmering, shiny chrome looking like some kind of Art Deco dirigible? Hey, you know what I realize is, you know the word dirigible, right? I'm going to get back to this pen, but I need to cover this real quick. You know the word dirigible. I was just thinking, it's a blimp, okay? Why are there so many different words for blimps? There's blimp, dirigible, airship, and zeppelin. For something that's so weird that you never see, it has a lot of words. Am I wrong? Okay, now back to the pen. Ah, yes. Recognize that? White dot on the clip. Shiny Art Deco, fluted barrel, fluted cap. There's a little bit of a dent in the barrel. I noticed it today when the light's playing off it. That makes it better. I've had this for 20-something years. It's one of my favorite pens. It is a beast. It is similar to an Edison. This magnificent fountain pen is a Schaefer legacy from circa 2003, 2004. I post it if I want to. I've had it a long time. I don't care about scratches. I don't care about anything except keeping this gorgeous inlaid gold nib spotless. And look at that feed. Look at that dramatic angle of the feed. Look at this diamond, this elongated diamond, the sort of aggressiveness of this pen. Sure, it's Art Deco styled. It looks mid-century. It has many of the Schaefer, I would say, design languages coded in it. It was one of the last years of Schaefer being made in the U.S. It has a blue cartridge, not cartridge, this is a converter. It has a blue converter, sort of like an Edison, but magnificent. Everything metal here, screws together solid, little squeaky. We could put a little silicone on there if we want, but we don't even care about squeaks with this. It's not new. So what? It's squeaky. Beautiful. Beautiful. How much could you get one of these? You could probably find one of these, maybe in this shape, 400, maybe 3. I don't know. I never went looking for one. Occasionally I have. I think I'm probably misstating this a little. Let me just tell you something. I have seen these on the used market. What I have never seen is a chrome one with the fluted. I've seen the ones that almost look like barley corn. They're sort of crossed, but I've never seen the fluted chrome like this one. I'd love to find another one. I see a lot of gold ones. There's a lot of gold colored ones, but this nib is so spectacular. Now, there's no C in Schaefer, right? Oh, man. It's insane. This pen is insane. Now, who's it insane for? Me. I think it's amazing. I mean, as a signature pen, it's insane. It is so flowy and always has been. It is so fast, yet, is it accurate to say it's precise? I'd say there's a place where you can back off and get wispy with it. But it does have a lot of flow. It's a very fast, very smooth pen. If you like a lot of control, it's probably not the best for you. But if you're looking for like the smoothest fountain pen you have ever written with in your life, this could very well be it. It has a bit of give if you press. I don't press. I'm a light writer. Does anybody see what ink this is? Anyone? Bueller? Any guesses on the ink? I'll give you a hint. It's J. Urban. So yes. This is a civilized fountain pen. From a great time, right before it all went to, I don't want to use a bad word, so let's say right before it all went away, okay? Schaefer's last hurrah, and it was brilliant. Made in the USA, this says made in the USA on it. Jay Cortez, you magnificent chap, you. Well done. Emerald de Chivor, indeed. I am branching out with my inks too. I've mentioned that last week, and it's true. I'm branching out with my inks. I would recommend to you, before you buy any kind of Mont Blanc, anything you're tempted to spend $1,000 on and you don't have this pen, get this pen. Shop history. You don't need to buy the new stuff. There is 100 years of commercially available fountain pens, and some of them are magnificent, including this absolute stunner of a fountain pen. Speaking of stunners, Daniel Rivera with a $10 super chat. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for that. So, this is kind of the direction I'm going in. Interesting, expressive, unique, beautiful. The design of this is very aggressive. Very sort of, dare I say, masculine. Sort of the John Wick of pens. You could defend yourself with this pen against an army and win. So, I love this pen. I've been taking it to work with me for the past week, and I love it. It's not the only pen, though, but I highly recommend it. Go to eBay now before everybody does. I've been using this again, too. Egyptomania. I want to do another video with this. Love it. This shall never go. Will always be in my collection. Beautiful. I don't remember what ink I put in this. I can't remember if this is the burgundy red or if this is Den Haag too. I can't remember. But what a pen. What a pen. Sometimes nothing else will do but a heritage nib. All right, I have some other stuff to show you as well. So the former winner of Inky mentioned that they would clean their Mahjong, I think M2, but now I forget. I'd have to double check. So I bought it, and I thought it would be fun to do a little review on it, but now it's not really, you know, pertinent. But I did buy it. I'm reading it. No, you know what? This is a, I don't know, Mongdian. Yeah, whatever they said. Hongdian. Sorry, Hongdian. This is really a good looking pen. Wow, look at that. Isn't that cool? I love that. It reminds me of the kind of thing that when I grew up in the 70s, a lot of my toys, they had these really cool inserts and things as part of them. And that's what that looks like. So this is a pretty beautiful travel pen. I'm psyched to use it. I was going to do a review. I do have a video that this will fit in. Ooh, converter. How nice. It's not that nice, but it'll work. I can tell. And by the way, I already know which ink I'll probably put in here. Isn't this perfect for Meiji no Iro? I think it is. Perfect. Gosh, it's a really good looking pen. Very well made. Aluminium from the feel of it. Hate these cases though. Ooh, I hate them. I'm always denting them because I'll look at it and then I'll put it away like this and I'll go to shut it and it'll dent it. I always do that. I'll toss this case. I think I'll do a video on this or work it into a video and then I'll give it away. That's kind of what I've been doing lately. Give it away now. Give it away. Okay. Well, we have another pen. This pen. Yes. Anybody recognize the symbol? This is a pen that you all have been asking me to address forever. Forever. You've been saying, why do you not mention St. Dupont from Paris? You're a Paris pen guy. You love Waterman. Why not St. Dupont? Well, here it is. I bought this. Had to have it. I'm going to show it to you briefly, and then you're going to see it a whole lot more soon because there's a video coming up on it that will knock your socks off. This is around 20 years old or so. Beautiful framed pen. Look at that. Are you sensing a theme with me? Sleek, sophisticated, Art Deco, mid-century, refined. Yes. There will be a video coming up on this that's going to knock your socks off. That you have never seen a fountain pen video like this. That will be coming up very, very, very soon. I just have to film it and then put it in the queue somewhere. But I am so delighted to embrace St. Dupont. Yes. So psyched for that. So, as my taste evolves, there's some things that don't change. I am very interested in affordable fountain pens that offer something interesting. Things like the Jinhao Heartbeat nib. That's really sexy to me and interesting. I need one of those. I don't have one. I will fix that shortly. What I don't like are copies. I still don't like clones. If you're not creating something original, I'm not that interested. I've seen some articles and things like, oh, you don't want to buy the Pilot Custom Urushi. Well, here's a Jinhao that's $10. It'll give you the same. No, it won't. It won't. Sorry. And it shouldn't. It's like the X159 doesn't feel like a Montblanc 149. it feels like an X159, and that's good enough. It's good enough for anyone. I gave away one of those too to a very earnest, awesome fountain pen user. So I'm super psyched about that. So am about to give away most of my Kavekos. Before you get too excited, let me tell you what I'm not giving away. The brass, the bronze, I love those. But I have many sports. I'll keep the art series. I love the one that reminds me of the Venetian Terrazzo. I'll never let that go. I love it. The pearl one. Do you remember I had the pearl one? I don't own that anymore. I didn't give it away. Helen took it, which is great because she's lovely. I love Helen. You guys know I do. You saw it in Cool or Not Cool 3. So super excited about that. But I have like a pink one, a blue one, a green one, and another blue. I think they can go. The Supra, I don't like the Supra that much. I have the Red Classic. I don't like that. I might sell those two. I might put them up on Instagram, or maybe I'll give them to Helen to sell on eBay. But those are going. But my tastes change, but there's some things that don't. I'll never consider things like a Lamy Safari a starter fountain pen. I think it's a fantastic fountain pen that is good for people getting into the hobby. I have no desire to rehome any of my Safaris. I adore them so much. There's not a pilot pen that I could part with. There's not a Waterman that I would let go. My Mont Blanc collection, I have 3 vintage Mont Blancs that I probably will rehome. I just don't use them. Actually, 2 of the 3. The 22 I'll keep. I really like that one. But the other 2, one's a left oblique. I really like that pen. But I don't really write with it. I love like my 147 in Bordeaux. That's awesome. But I'm just chasing different things, different priorities. And you're going to see a lot of pens like this one. This one will be making its debut on my channel very soon. It's going to be very exciting. I'm excited. You're going to see this quite a bit. I'll never let you go. You're winking at me. You're cute. You're anthropomorphic. I'll never let you go. Like Jack. Like Jack on the door. I'm like Rose. You're like my Jack. I'll never let you go. Maybe I'm working too hard. And new friends like the Platinum 3776. You are a workhorse of a pen. Sophisticated, fantastic writer. Urbane, dare I say. Fantastic for the office. Love this one. I do quite a bit with this one. I would like to do a commercial for myself quickly. If you've reached this far into the channel, I think it's a YouTube rule, I didn't make it up, that you have to subscribe. So I'd really appreciate it. If you're watching now and you haven't subscribed, that's all I ask. And if you want to support the channel more, help keep the lights on, then we have a pen pal group for Illuminati and Cognoscenti members. Keep that in mind. We just had a Zoom meeting. It was super fun. Sadly, I had someone set up the Zoom meeting and they accidentally did it for the wrong day. But what is a Hemingway Jones meeting or episode without a technical issue, right? But we fixed it. I was able to set up something and we all met and I think we had a blast. I want to do it again soon. I don't do enough of those. I want to do more. I love direct interaction with the members. So you can ask me anything in live time and I'll answer anything. I'm crazy that way. And John Manuel and Kurt Geisinger are redoing the pen pal list to make it a little more easy and to kind of clean it up. So that's exciting. This week's video is the top 5 cheapest fountain pens off of Amazon from your favorite brands. This is top tier brands, and I found 5 pens to rank and had a blast doing it. An absolute blast. It was one of my favorite videos that I've made recently. I have some interesting ones coming up. We're expanding. We're going to some really fun places. I think you'll enjoy it. Oh, lots of people enjoyed the Zoom. We will be doing it again. I promise you. Chris and who else? I lost. Oh, Emily likes the Platinum Preppy. Very good. Very good. One of my favorites. Thanks for all the likes, guys. I appreciate it. I see them flying by. Yeah, so much new coming up. A lot of stationery coming up. I'm very, very excited. I have a new technique for putting washi tape on envelopes I need to film. I think you'll enjoy it. It's kind of fun, and you get that perfect mitered edge. People in the Pen Pal group may have seen my mitered edges. I'm not a neat person. I try, but I'm always off. If you notice, my rubber stamps are always usually slightly askew, and I try to make them straight, but they just don't. They won't be straight for me. I try. But I've actually found a great method for mitered edges. Okay. Kaylee asks, has the link to the Pen Pal list changed? Not in a long time. If you would send me an email, I will send you an updated link. But it hasn't changed in a very, very long time. So it should be fine. So lots of fun stuff coming up, and I just wanted you to have a sense of where my mind is, how I am rehoming fountain pens. I'll have some for sale. My wife will be selling some. I'm giving a bunch away, and I'm bringing in more interesting things for me, more inspirational ones. My taste has changed, but I'm still driven by my curiosity and my unending fascination for an undulating, wet, inky line, and where that takes my thoughts and where it takes my inspiration, which is always to new areas. So on that bombshell, I think it's time to end. I want to thank you all for watching. I can't believe an hour has gone by so fast. I love our time together where we can take a break from all the hectic, crazy commotion of our lives and spend some time in the library and talk about pens. What could possibly be better? Thank you all for being here. You mean the world to me. We'll see each other again in 2 days. My next video. You're going to love it. It's a lot of fun. And next week I'll be back again with the live show. So thank you and take care, and see you further up the road.